What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. Listen, let me start this off by saying something simple. Ownership is the most misunderstood word in the entertainment business. Everybody hears it, everybody repeats it, but 95% of people don't know what it really means. And tonight, I'm gonna try to break it down in a way everybody can understand. Because SALT-N-PEPA just put this conversation all the way back on the front page. After their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, a moment that should be nothing but a celebration, they had to use their speech to fight for their own music. And that is a tragedy and a symbol at the same time.
Freedom. When we came up, the industry was different. We didn't have streaming, we didn't have social media. We had cassette tapes, turntables, and dreams. But even back then, we had to fight to be heard and to prove our worth. We're in a fight right now for our masters that rightfully belong to us. After 40 years, as we celebrate this moment, fans can't even stream our music. It's been taken down from all streaming platforms because the industry still doesn't want to play fair. Thank you. SALT-N-PEPA have never been afraid of a fight. This is the Influence Award. We have to keep using our influence until the industry honors creativity the way the audience does, with love, respect, and fairness. And that includes streaming platforms too. Hip-hop gave us a voice and we'll keep using it.
40 years of contribution, 40 years of giving to the culture, 40 years of blood, sweat, tears, touring, performing, representing, being pioneers in women's hip-hop, and they don't even control their own catalog. But let me be fair and balanced, because the masters debate is not as simple as the label is evil and the artist is the victim. There are multiple truths moving at the same time. And I'm gonna try to break some of them down in this video. First of all, the masters means the original master recording. The main file, the source, the DNA of the song. Whoever owns the master owns the song. They can license it, stream it, sync it, sample it, repackage it, remaster it, and get paid for all of it. And they do not need the artist to agree. So when artists say, I don't own my masters, what they're saying is, I don't control my legacy. I don't own my art. And that hit different when you've been in the game for 40 years. When you helped create a genre that didn't even exist in corporate America. Now let's get real. Most artists never owned their masters because they couldn't. Not because they didn't want to, but because they didn't have the money to make a master. When you start in this game, you are broke. You are hungry, you are excited, you are passionate, but you broke. And to make a professional recording costs money, real money. Look, I have sympathy for SALT-N-PEPA, but I also have to be honest about how the business works. And the truth is, you cannot demand ownership of something you did not fund.
Whoever pays for the studio time owns the master. That is a fact. So if you're an artist and someone invites you to the studio and they're paying for everything and you jump on a record, they own the master. That is why when an artist buys a song, they have to submit paperwork paying a producer, whoever, points and publishing, because now they're taking ownership of the master, the engineer, the mix, the beat, everything. But what happens is that friends get together, they in the studio, everybody having a good ass time, and then something hits. And then here's the fucked up part. When money hits, that's when everybody comes out of nowhere.
That's when amnesia kicks
claiming
in.
their shit. And now people like, I want to sign you. And now he lets somebody step into his pocket. Yeah. He owns the master. He owns the master. He does not own Glorilla. He owns the master. That is his master.
If you did not put up the money, you do not automatically get the rights. Doesn't matter how iconic you became years later. The contract you signed at 21 does not change because you got famous at 31. And that is where many artists struggle with this concept. They brought the talent, but the label brought the infrastructure. They brought the voice, but the label brought the resources. They brought ambition, but the label brought capital. And in America, the person who funds the dream owns the dream, at least on paper anyway. And this is why I tell all the artists coming up today, own your process. Save your money, build your own studio, buy your own equipment, fund your own recordings, invest in yourself, because the minute you let somebody else pay for it, you just gave them ownership of your future. And this is how entire generations have lost their rights, because they had dreams, but they didn't have money. And the business will take advantage of that. So listen, SALT-N-PEPA are not just fighting for themselves. They are fighting for every artist who was never taught the business. Every artist who signed bad deals out of survival. Every artist who was exploited in the name of opportunity. And tonight, I just want to make this clear. I stand with SALT-N-PEPA in their fight for fairness. But I also stand with the truth. And the truth is, we need a new system where artists can create without losing everything they own. A system that balances investment and ownership. A system that protects creativity and respects capital. A system where artists ain't broke in the beginning and powerless at the end. But hey, That's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.